Karen from Countyfairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
Today we have the Family Sowell, a bluegrass band out of Tennessee, I believe, on the line with us. And I think that there's two members, Abby and who else is on the line?
John Mark.
Okay, John. Hi. How many members are in your band?
Well, there are 6, and all of us are siblings.
Oh, that's wild. Okay. So how did you get into bluegrass? I mean, it's kind of unusual. I love bluegrass, but you don't hear too many people going into bluegrass these days.
Yeah, no, you don't. But we found it at an amusement park called Silver Dollar City, and it struck us, and we were like, this is the music we want to play, and my oldest brother Jacob, who plays the banjo, wanted to pick up the 5-string banjo. And then after that, we all started, picking up our own instruments. My brother Joshua picked up the guitar. I picked up the fiddle. Abby picked up the mandolin. And then Abby's twin sister, the girls are twins, picked up the bass. And then my younger brother Justice picked up the dobro. And now we've been playing bluegrass music and acoustic music. It's not strictly bluegrass. We can play a little country and some folk every now and then. But we've been playing on the road full time for about 4 years now.
All right. Well, playing around and fiddling around with music is one thing. How did you get your first performance? I take it you've had booked performances, right?
Yes,
ma'am. We started out playing at a lot of nursing homes and churches, and a special ministry called the Gathering Place, which ministers to Alzheimer patients. These people would contact us to play it would be during the daytime, so it might be for a lunch or something like that. And so that's where we got started, but that was about 10 years ago. Around 2016, we really started getting more out of state because we lived in Texas at the time. And so we got out of state and started really branching out and stuff like that.
All right. So what has been your most famous and liked performance so far?
Well, one of them would be at Silver Dollar City. We first played there back in 2017. We participated in their youth band contest, and Mr. D.A. Calloway booked us that year as well, and we've played there every year since, except for this year, of course, with quarantine and everything. But that is one of our favorite places to play.
So do you have any grand ambitions as to where you would like to play?
Well, I think any band does, Mark.
Well,
why don't you tell her?
Probably, definitely, we'd love to play on the Grand Old Opry one day, Every person dreams about that if you're in the bluegrass or country business. And several festivals. It's really just hard to name a few, and it really varies from that's a really hard question to answer. But I'd probably say the Grand Old Opry right now would be my one of the places I would want to play the most.
Would love to tour internationally as well. So, just waiting for the right time and everything.
So do you guys write your own music at all?
Yes, ma'am. Not all of it, but we do write a good bit of it.
How's that been going? And who writes it? Which one of you guys, who writes it?
Well,
pretty much all of us.
Yeah. I enjoy writing a good bit. My brothers enjoy writing, so all of us pitch a hand in every now and then. We just love doing it, and we love doing it together.
Okay, that's cool. So what do you think your best song that you've written has been?
Oh, goodness. That's a hard one. But our most recent release is a patriotic song that my brother Jacob and I wrote with a dear friend, Don Kenny. It's called I Wave, and it's written from the flag's perspective. So, we've released it in honor of Flag Day and coming up Independence Day. So that's right now that's the one we're trying to get out there more and more, and it's such a blessing to be able to honor the vets. So those are my favorite songs to write. are especially to whether it's veterans or to a specific group of people, just, honoring them and letting know we are grateful for them. And so that's really, really special to us.
Do you have any regrets about going along this pathway? Have there been any major problems, do you think?
Oh, well, there's
No.
difficulties with any road you take, but it's been a huge blessing, and we have just grown closer as a family through it. We really believe God has given us these gifts to use for His glory and to use for the blessing of others, and so we just like giving it back to Him and giving it back to people, and so that just keeps us going forward when the road gets rough.
Okay. It's kind of unusual, I think so. There's 6 of you in the family, right?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
right.
What was your mother's, I take it she's a musician. So did she teach music or something?
Oh, no.
Well,
She's actually not a musician. She can sing and she can dance, but she wanted us to start in music because of her grandmother. Her grandmother played the piano. It's what inspired her for us to start playing music, because she never had the chance to learn, but she wanted us to learn, but we were never really forced to, you know what I mean? It was like, if you enjoy it, keep on doing it, but if you don't, we're not going to force you. And I think that's what the beauty of our parents is, because they didn't make us do it, but we actually enjoyed it, and that's why we did it. But she wanted all of us to start on the piano at age 5. So the inspiration for our music was our great-grandmother. Our mom and dad do not play music.
Okay, so now I'm curious. It's pretty hard these days, or even before the pandemic, to make a living as an entertainer. You guys must have all kinds of other careers too, right?
No, actually.
No?
No, ma'am. We have been looking at online things, and my brother Jacob has a studio in our basement, and my brother Joshua teaches lessons. But everything we do to bring in income is surrounding music. So it has been a little rough for our band, but we've been able to explore new avenues that we hope we will continue to build off on when we do and are able to start touring again.
Okay, well, persistence pays off. And one of the things I should tell you is that, and fairs and festivals and events make people happy, and they have throughout history. And that's really, I think, a good ambition to have. But, boy, it takes a lot of stick-to-itness, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Abby, you sing. You want to tell us a little bit about that? How did you get into that?
Yes, ma'am. I am a singer. I actually was a musician first. So from ages 5 to 11, I strictly was a musician. Not saying I never sang, but singing was not a big goal in my life. But I always wanted to sing, but I was kind of afraid to. But at age 12, we started taking group vocal lessons as a family because we wanted to add that element into our music. And so ever since then, it's been a slow process for quite a few years, because trying to find a vocal teacher to teach you bluegrass in Texas was very uncommon. But we eventually got our foundation and just started working up from there. The past 4 years have really been when I knew singing was my strong point over musicianship. And so I wanted to grow that and just be better and better. And I love to sing. And so, it kind of just happened. And so keep working at it and stuff like that.
Okay, so you guys have an album, don't you? I think I saw that on the website.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So how did that come about?
Well, we've we have 4 albums that we sell at our merch table at concerts and stuff, but we've only released 2 in the past couple of years as the Family Sowell, because we changed our name a couple of years ago from the Sowell Family Pickers to the Family Sowell. But the last 2 albums, the first one was from Texas to Tennessee that we released in 2018. That was actually our first album that had one of our original songs on it. And the title track was based off one of those, called Pilgrim's Prayer. The last one we did that we recorded back in September of last year, that was released February of this year, we had the pleasure to record with Ben Isaacs and Mark Camps. That was an amazing experience, and what was so cool is Ben approached us. He was like, I'm interested in working with you, and we kind of set it up and went into the studio, laid down 11 tracks. So you asked how that happened. What was cool about that one is he approached us. He wanted to work with us. So that whole process with him was really eye-opening, and that's our most recent album, Same Kind of Different.
So I see you have a website. Do you want to tell the audience your website URL and how they reach you if they might be interested in working with you?
Our website is thefamilysowell.com. The Sowell is spelled Sowell. There you can contact us. You can get to know us a little bit better. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can get to know us a little better there. We try to keep up as much with y'all as we can.
Okay, so now I am going to ask you this silly question. Do any of you have any kids?
No, ma'am. Still single. My brother, my oldest brother has a girlfriend, and they're in a serious relationship, but right now she's overseas and is not able to come over here, so we're all still single, but we'll see what happens in the future.
Okay, all right. So where would you like to perform next?
Oh, well, we do have some dates set up that we're going to be performing later this year, Lord willing.
Do you want to tell us a couple of them where they might be?
Well, we unfortunately, as you know, had several cancel. Had about 3 months of the year, 3 or 4 months out of the year canceled because of the pandemic. And it really did stink, but it happens sometimes. And well, our next performance is July 4th at the Sterling Bluegrass Jamboree, and hopefully it won't get canceled. We are actually scheduled to play at the amusement park Cedar Point in Ohio from July 13th to July 19th. Super excited about that. Also, we have some dates in New England coming up. Dumpling Valley Bluegrass Festival is a bluegrass festival here in Tennessee that we're super excited to be playing at. We're going to be performing there Friday, September the 18th, and then that next weekend we're going to be performing at Uncle Pen Days in Indiana at the historic Bill Monroe Music Park. So those are some exciting dates we got coming up. We're also performing, I believe, at the Georgia Mountain Fair. There's a lot of fun gigs coming up that fortunately haven't been canceled. So, yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. So if somebody's interested in working with you or wants to find out more about you, how do they reach you?
Abigail?
Well, you can reach us through our website. That's the main way you can reach us. So there's all our contact information is on our website. So send us an email, send us a message on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. we try to respond as soon as possible.
Well, I've enjoyed talking to you, so give me a little while. We'll go through it, and I will send you an email when I get it posted. Nice talking to you, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure talking to you as well.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.